Hey, it's JC and welcome to Small Brick City. You're in for a treat today because for the very first time, I'll be presenting a remake for a LEGO set from 1992. This is my version of the LEGO Paradisa Poolside Paradise set 6416. Now the reason why this all came about is because YouTuber Brick Bakery laid down this smackdown and challenged me to make a remake of the set. No, I'm just kidding. He very politely suggested that I have a look at this set and see if I could do a remake. I had never heard of this Poolside Paradise set before, so I checked it out and, to my pleasant surprise, I found that it was a very interesting and very pretty set. One of the things that struck me was of course the unique base plate, which gives dimension to the landscape and makes it visually more interesting. Not many medium-sized sets released today have such variances in the heights of the landscape. The Poolside Paradise set piqued my interest and I felt I could remake it even though I did not have any of the specially molded parts for this set or the series produced in 1992. However, I mentally scanned through the inventory of parts that I had in my mind and I figured I could make do and put together a credible remake with my own spin on it. And here is how it looks like. This is JC's Poolside Paradise and I tried to remain as faithful to the original as possible. I didn't want to do a reimagining, this was designed as a remake, so I kept all the essential design elements, the layout, and everything that is familiar about the original set. As you can see, the original build can be seen in my remake from every angle. In the spirit of modern remakes, I did update the design and make it more contemporary. I also used LEGO parts which may not have been available in 1992. Overall, I think I've captured the spirit of the original build and possibly made it even prettier. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Let me first give you an all-round top view of the entire build. One of the most unique elements of this set is the base plate that it comes with. It is a molded base plate which was popular with many of the LEGO system sets that came out at that time. And the first thing that I had to do was to recreate that landscape but with bricks. After designing the layout, the next thing I did was to work on recreating the front curved transparent parts which are unique to the first and second floor of the build. I used a green base plate and added a lot of plant elements and green flower studs to give texture to the grass all around the property. I also included a more elaborate palm tree. Let's have a closer look at different parts of my remake. Let's start off with the pool deck area. This was one of the first things I built, and that was to recreate the L-shaped pool. I built all the same design elements and details, including a beach chair, beach umbrella, separate table for the envelope and cup, and the two sets of flowers in the front corners of the pool deck. One major difference I did was to cover the entire pool deck with brown tiles. This was to give it a wood panel finish which looks more classy and complete. The raised pool deck itself was built using dark grey bricks as well as dark grey modified masonry patterned bricks to give it a stone feel. I recreated the Cobblestone Driveway with a combination of different tile pieces from 2x2 tiles, 2x4 tiles, 1x1 tiles, and 1 stud round tiles. The random pattern simulates a gravel or cobblestone driveway which is printed into the design of the original base plate. I updated the car by using the car from the Creator Hillside House set. I also recreated the printed mailbox on a raised terrain. Here's a look at the left side of the house on the ground floor, specifically the steps leading up from the driveway to the kitchen glass door. I replicated the basic structure of the building and included the same curved slope bricks for the lights on the pillars. I recreated the front curved glass panel, which I believe is the aviary because there's a parrot inside. And this brings us to the right side of the house behind the sun deck. One of the iconic features of this set is the spiral staircase on the right side of the building. I didn't have this molded piece, so I built a brick-built spiral staircase that have been used in previous LEGO sets such as the Monsters Fighters Haunted Mansion and some Disney Princess Castle sets. While the position of the stairs is changed slightly due to the design and size, it still very closely resembles the original build. There's an access point or entry point next to the stairs that leads directly into the aviary and the kitchen behind, you can see my gallon tank water cooler just on the inside of the building, as I think it's really important for the minifigs to remain hydrated even though they are in a poolside paradise. Here's a look at the back of the building. I recreated the kitchen almost exactly, with all the same drawers, cabinet, utensils, and sink. The only thing that is different is the color of the drawers and cabinet. For the back elevation of the building, I used the Lego boulder parts instead of just regular bricks. There are two reasons for this. It was to give a natural rocky feel to the landscape, which is closer to the design of the original base plate. Secondly, I did not have to use so many bricks to create this elevation. While the back structure of the building is not exactly the same, it is pretty close. I did create my own archway for the top floor back support simply because I didn't have the same parts, but I still think the results are positive. Here's a look at the back right corner of the building. You can see the back of the staircase, as well as the landing under the staircase where I've placed a trash can. You can also see the combination build of the side elevation of the pool deck using regular bricks and rock parts. The second floor of this build is meant to be a classy restaurant or dining area, hence the butler, so I added black and white floor tiles to class up the area. The most challenging part of this level was the front component, as the original build came with a dedicated molded transparent piece, which I did not have. My remake uses two 8x8 trans blue panel pieces as well as 8 semicircle cover pieces. I arranged the trans blue pieces to simulate a curved structure to place homage to the original set. I think the results are aesthetically pleasing and in some ways even prettier than the original. I really enjoyed the creative process of thinking about, designing and building this remake. In a sense, it is a mock, but being able to recreate a classic set in my own way was pretty satisfying. The challenge was to create a modern interpretation yet keep the basic design and all the identifiable elements that make it the poolside paradise. This mock took me 4 hours to put together after 2 days of thinking about it on and off. I spent the first hour gathering the parts and the next 2 hours making the build. The last hour was spent detailing and adding in all the different tile elements. I enjoyed myself so much with this build, I have identified another classic Lego town set which I am going to remake. Can you guess what this set is? Let me know in the comments below. And if you have any suggestions for medium-sized classic town sets or city sets, let me know in the comments as well. I'm always open to a creative challenge. Thanks to Brick Bakery for making the suggestion in the first place. I hope my check is in the mail. I'll be waiting for it. Do check out my channel for other playlists to see my MOCs, Lego City layouts and tutorials. Please show your support by liking this video and more importantly, subscribe to the channel. And please, turn on your notifications so that you'll be alerted to my next video. Talk to you soon!